Okay guys, last video I touched on the Molle assault packs, and then back during Christmas time, slightly before that, I did a video on the large rucksack. And I start this video off, I just want to give you a quick size comparison of the two since I have both of them available here. Obviously this one's been dyed FPG2, this one has been dyed Koi Dog, Paxton Creek Supply, but that's not the main point of today's video. So on this large rucksack, we got these plastic frames. Everybody hates plastic frames because they break. You issue these to a bunch of 18-year-old kids, they get abused, they get overloaded, they get used for 20 years and they become brittle and they start breaking. So a lot of guys do not like them. The problem with the Molle 2 rucksack is not Alice frame compatible. Alice is the gold standard for metal frames. The Philby frame used by the Marines is an Alice size frame, so the pack itself is Alice compatible. There's a number of packs out there that are also Alice compatible, like the Plat Attack, LRR, and so forth. The problem is this one was not designed to be Alice compatible. So with Alice packs, you have a sleeve that fits over the top of the frame. This one uses two side compressor straps that just slide down a metal frame. And the other problem is it's too big. So this one is approximately 16 inches, slightly under. The Alice frame is 12 inches across. So even if they had the sleeve on here, it's way too big. You got a bunch of back and forth. But there is an option. So here in America, we have the advantage of Facebook Marketplace. I'm just going to set this back. Facebook Marketplace is full of old hiking packs. And these packs generally have metal frames that are, this particular one is 13 inches, so my bag is a little bit scrunched up, but it is still on there, pretty secure to the frame. A little bit of side play, but that's because I've been taking this apart and fucking with it. You can tighten this down by a very simple method. All we're going to do is attach the frame, or attach the pack to the frame on the top with the side straps as you do on the plastic one. The cross member here keeps them from sliding down any further, but you just put those on there and lock them into place. And then we're using the compression straps around the frame, and then when we tighten down our load, it tightens to the frame and your pack's not going to go anywhere. Now we can, if we so desire, on the bottom here, you do have these yab tabs at the sides, but they don't really hold weight on the plastic one if you set it up with the compression straps properly. They're really just there to keep it from flopping around whenever you don't use the compression straps. But if we want to, these yab tabs, we can take a piece of gutted 550 cord and we can run the cord through the yab tab on both sides on the bottom here, and then using a trucker's hitch, we're going to tighten that down and draw this into the frame, basically, so that it's got one more method of securement. But that's not necessary per se. It's just a thing of if you want to. With using just the compression straps, we do have a little bit of takeaway on the bottom here, but it's not bad at all. The frames, generally, this, like I said, this one's approximately 13 inches, so it's just too big for a Alice pack, but it does work with the large Molle ruck. These on the Facebook Marketplace, they tend to be like $10, $20, sometimes $30. They come with straps, and I left the straps off on purpose so that you guys can see how this is attached and whatnot. The attachment method is the same whether or not you have straps on, and these will work with the Molle straps as well. These come in different sizes up to 18 inches, I think is the biggest one. And because you're using the compression straps as your attachment method, and you have a lot of slack on the attachment straps, you can use those, 15-inch frames, you can use the 16-inch frames, you can use the 18-inch frames, and you still have the ability to cinch it down without an issue. So most of these, like this one, are welded construction. They are not riveted. They generally comprise of two uprights and then at least two, most of the time three cross member supports. These will work with the issued Molle waist belts. They attach very easy over the sides and compress it down. And then some of them, but not all of them, will have additional stays to give it a little bit more rigidity and strength. So this gives us, because of how simple this is to attach and detach, we can now take this off very quickly compared to the other one where we have to weave our straps out. We have to undo the front buckles and weave them out. If we set it up the way I told you guys to do, into the slots around the frame so that you draw your weight in properly, we don't have that issue with this one. To detach, let's say I want to go get a 5-gallon bucket of water and attach to my frame and carry it off, and I want to leave this at camp. All I'm going to do is go down the sides, on both sides here. Let's see, where's that? I'm going to detach all of my compression straps, lay the bag down, and I'm just going to lift up my frame and I'm going to slide it off. And what we have with this, the attachment straps, we have this hole that's left that will go around the top support here, and it is stopped from sliding down by the cross members. So it can be slightly loose. You're never going to get it down to the point of being so tight that you can't slide it out like that by hand strength alone. But to put it back on, let's say I went off, I got my water. If you have straps on, or shorter straps and a waist pad on here, your attachment method is going to be the same. I'm just leaving them off so that you guys can see what's going on. Take your compression straps, lay them back on top of the bag, just to make it a little bit easier. Take your frame, slide it into one, slide it into the second attachment strap, and push them up all the way. And then starting on the sides here, we're just going to go back around and we are going to reattach all of our compression straps, wrapping them around the frame. And when you do this, you're going to have to retighten your compression straps anyways. But if you were using the plastic frame and disassembling the strap basically, you would have to do it anyways. So you're not really losing any time when you're doing this procedure. And just like that, we are reattached and ready to go. Cool. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, go ahead and drop them below. We got a bunch of these packs here on packsandcreeksupply.com, and we dye them multiples of colors, frames. Find them on Facebook Marketplace. Anywho, you guys have a nice day and enjoy.